Kia ora, good evening Rotorua, ahead in your Tuesday night news bulletin. Local businessman says business is booming thanks to the Rugby World Cup. Councils say they will keep an eye on motorhomes in the city, and an extra fan zone is set up for the Ireland versus Russia Rugby World Cup clash. Those stories and more up next tonight on City News. Local businessman Reg Hennessy says business is booming thanks to the Rugby World Cup. He says his business, The Shed, is an official Rugby World Cup venue and has been packed out most nights since the Cup began. Mr Hennessy says thousands of rugby fans and visitors are here to experience what Rotorua has to offer, and the hospitality industry has an important part to play in that experience.
The two games we've already had in Rotorua, it's been fantastic, and it certainly is alive and well, and it's certainly been very busy, and the visitors we had to town so far have just been fantastic. At one stage in here the other day, after the Samoan game, I think we had 23 different nationalities in here, over 500 people, and they're all rugby people, and they're all just having a good time and really enjoying, and most importantly, they're spending heaps of money.
And Reg Hennessy says Rugby World Cup business has helped him employ more people.
It's helping us come out the other side of winter much healthier, and I think most importantly for Rotorua, there's been an opportunity for us to employ a lot more staff, and particularly a lot of unskilled staff, and give them a crack, and they're responding magnificently. A lot of young Rotorua people, and they're most probably jobs here for them after the World Cup.
And the street will be closed outside Hennessy's Irish Bar on Sunday to provide an area for entertainment before the Ireland-Russia Pool C game. And Rotorua District Council is aware of a number of motorhomes parking overnight in locations such as Quedo Park and the lakefront, and council officers say while they are being closely monitored, the vehicles and their occupants are not causing any real problems. Rotorua District Council has received 1 or 2 complaints from people who are demanding these visitors be prosecuted or removed. However, Parks and Reserves Manager Gary Page says he's very pleased with the behaviour of the visitors to date, and they had not been creating any issues with behaviour or leaving rubbish or waste. Although Gary Page does go on to say they will continue to keep an eye on motorhomes parked in any unofficial locations to make sure they don't become a problem. The popular Pianos in the Wild Arts event is back, bringing music and fun to the CBD. The project allows people to sit down and play pianos at various city locations. Rotorua District Council Community Arts Officer Kiri Jardin says locals and visitors are welcome to pull back the covers and run their fingers over the keys. And she says you don't have to have the talent of Mozart to participate. Pianos in the Wild is a really fun project which in the past has encouraged spontaneous sing-alongs, dancing and numerous versions of chopsticks. For more information or to pass on ideas, visit pianosinthewind.co.nz. In sport tonight, an extra fan zone is being set up for this weekend's sellout Ireland versus Russia Rugby World Cup clash. Events and Venues Rotorua General Manager Peter McLeod says the council's original plans were to set up a fan zone to coincide with each of the All Blacks pool games, as well as the quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals. He says those games would all be shown live on the big screen, but a decision had now been made to add an additional fan zone for this Sunday's game to meet demand. Peter McLeod says the extra fan zone will follow on from Saturday's scheduled fan zone, where the All Blacks versus France match will show live on our big screen, so it will certainly be a busy weekend. The Sunday fan zone will open at 5 p.m. at the Energy Event Centre ahead of match kick-off at 6 p.m. And now to what some commentators are saying is a bigger upset than Ireland beating Australia in their Rugby World Cup clash last weekend is the Warriors taking out current NRL champions West Tigers. Upper Central Rugby League General Manager Marcus Reynolds says the win puts rugby league back in the picture during the Rugby Festival, and he says this weekend's game between the Melbourne Storm and the Warriors will really test the New Zealand franchise.
They're one game away from the big show, so if if they can beat them and they can rock on through, it's going to be massive for them, and it'll really help rugby league develop over here as well. It really helps with the promotion of the game, and a lot of people are closet Warriors fans because they're such a frustrating team to watch because they can be the best team in the comp one week and then the worst the next. But when they start doing well, people sort of really come out and get behind them, which is great.
The New Zealand Warriors play the Melbourne Storm on Saturday. Kick-off is at 8 p.m. in Melbourne or 10 p.m. New Zealand time. Rotorua's Dame Susan Devoy is part of a team of elite athletes getting right behind the new cycling centre in Cambridge. And now that funding has been secured, Susan Devoy, along with Rob Waddell and Sarah Ulmer, will help sell the venture to other sponsors. The joint Waikato Bay of Plenty bid to build the $28.5 million cycling centre and indoor velodrome has just cleared its biggest hurdle, with Environment Waikato agreeing to put $6 million into the fundraising bucket. Home of cycling trustee Dame Susan Devoy says while she doesn't have a particular interest in cycling, she does see it as a fantastic facility. Susan Devoy also says the project will see Rotorua provide the mountain biking component of the centre, confirming the city's already growing reputation as a mountain biking centre of excellence. To your weather, Rotorua and the surrounding area tonight. Fine, fresh southwesterlies overnight, a low of 0. Tomorrow Wednesday, fine westerly breezes, a high of 15 and low of 5. Long range for Thursday, mainly fine, light winds, a high of 15 and low of 8. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Wednesday, southwest easing to 10 knots in the morning, then rising to 15 knots for a time in the afternoon and evening. Waves about half a metre and fine. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Still to come tonight on City News, Graham and Heather take a look at motorbikes in Kawerau. We hear about a new shop set up to help the SPCA. But after the break, I'm in the studio with our resident eye specialist, Tony Bland.